どうするゴール前長いい動きでアビスパチャンスだチャンスだこのフリをマラドーナシュート鉄壁のディフェンスが立ちふさがる決まったゴールウルトラゴール
Ever since the early 1990s, soccer made it big in Japan. Of course, there were the soccer video games to take advantage of that. There are 6 Japanese-exclusive N64 soccer games, all of which have the branding of the J-League, Japan's professional soccer organization. Hence why all the games start with J-League, like J-League Tactic Soccer or J-League Live 64. They're all different games made by different companies, but the common thread is an official license. The most widely available are the Perfect Striker games developed by Konami. J-League Perfect Striker, released in 1996, might be better known as International Superstar Soccer 64 outside of Japan, but this version features Japanese teams, stadiums, and players. The game plays as well as you'd expect from a AAA sports franchise, and it has the poorly aged polygons to match. The follow-up, 1999's J-League Perfect Striker 2, is the Japanese companion to International Superstar Soccer 2000. This version includes international teams with the obvious focus on the Japanese teams. The game also rips off a character-creating success mode from the also Konami-developed Powerful Pro Yaku series. This adds appreciable depth to what is an already well-rounded soccer title. Gameplay isn't all that different from the first Perfect Striker. It is very well put together with all the tension and excitement of a real soccer game, even when compressed down to a cartridge-sized amount of megabytes. Next up is Hudson Soft's J-League 11 Beat 1997, which came out in 1997. I really appreciate it when games like 11 Beat choose colorfully stylized models because they age way better than supposedly realistic-looking character designs that go out of fashion with the next hardware generation. 11 Beat's control scheme is a lot less technical, and the game was appropriately ported to an arcade machine in 1998. Controlling the ball feels adequate, but the most satisfying part of the game is slide-kicking the ball away from your opponent, even if it doesn't always work out. Also released in 1997, J-League Live 64 appears to be the Japanese version of EA's international release, FIFA 64. Developed by EA's Japanese arm EA Victor, J-League Live 64 is a bland, less exciting version of Konami's Perfect Striker. The only remark to make about it is that it's incredibly unremarkable. The year 1999 saw the release of J-League Tactic Soccer by ASCII. As the name suggests, this is a much more tactical and managerial approach to soccer. This means you're not playing soccer so much as setting training regimes, scheduling scrimmages and fan days, as well as watching and directing soccer games with little direct input. You're the manager, not the player, and that makes Tactic Soccer different from all the other Japanese soccer games on the N64. Finally, we come to J-League Dynamite Soccer 64, developed by AMAX. Released in 1997, this is my personal favorite of all the J-League titles. And it's not just because of the graphics, although the cartoonish sprites look a lot better than the flat polygons of the games that wanted realism. It's not even because of how well it handles, which feels kind of like a foosball table when you're on defense. No, the reason I love Dynamite Soccer 64 is because of just how easy it is to fight your opponents. But fight may not be the right term, because you can whack your opponents and they won't retaliate. It's actually kind of shocking how easy it is to harm your opponents, and in a perverse way, the game kind of rewards it. Even the most egregious of attack will earn just a yellow card. And at the point when you're down to 5 or 6 players on the field because the rest of your team has been removed, you can just bash your opponents with impunity. At the minimum player threshold, you will get absolutely no penalty for striking your opponents. And boom goes the dynamite. Soccer 64. While not a series, the officially licensed J-League games show just how popular soccer was in 90s Japan. That popularity has yet to falter, and soccer may even one day challenge baseball as Japan's most popular sport. This environment allowed 6 soccer games to be published exclusively in Japan for the N64, even if 3 of them are technically available in other countries, albeit in different versions. While they number less than baseball or mahjong games, J-League soccer games make up a significant part of the N64 import library. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.